Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Cataclysm, Dark Days Ahead. I, of course, am Serbidian, and today, uh, well, we're going to see what we can do about exploring a little bit further north, because our last escapade ended up in a near unmitigated disaster. Mostly my fault, I have to admit, but yeah, so we did leave a whole bunch of metal and various other stuff behind up here. So I do want to go up there and have a bit of a poke around. Also, we do have a motel and the clothing store and the restaurant and the bank. And also a few houses, and also this garage here. So I do definitely want to have a look here. Um, this town, well, looks like more of a city actually. Also has a fair amount of houses as well. So I'd like to do a little bit more exploring, do a little bit more scouting. My biggest concern at the moment is that going through this tiny little passage is going to be an absolute nightmare. So I'm going to try and find a different way around. It might be a bit of a longer way around, but it'll definitely be safer. So I think what we'll do is I'm going to explore through this field up here and link up with once it decides to move, link up with here. We'll check this area out first, but otherwise we'll skirt around this forest and meet, and we're probably going to be able to meet up here. Presuming, of course, that the forest doesn't extend, but yeah, I really do not want to have to go through this entire city. But anyway, um, that's neither here nor there. Now we have headlights and our mounted laser rifle. So, all right, we've got a water tank that we need to uh, get. So I'm just going to go and find one. Um, should be able to rip one off a vehicle that has a fuel tank. There we go. Okay, here we go. Drag this thing. That's actually not that heavy. There we go. And pair it. Oh, the wheel is power. No. Need fix up all these frames, especially our heavy duty front. We need to run over anything uh, heavy or tough. We need to have these in tip-top condition. Well, actually, there it is. I need to remove this extra light frame and install a regular frame. And we'll install a board. Yeah. Um, was there... So we've got heavy duty frames along the front. We only have standard frames here. I think what I might do is I'm also going to take this frame off and install a heavy duty frame on the front because that will make it a little bit tougher. Heavy duty quarter panel. Hopefully stop it from disintegrating. Okay. Drink, and we have any food? Hopefully it hasn't gone rotten. Got hardtack. Oh, we got some granola left. Cool. Got some dandelion. Oh no. We'll cook the wild vegetables because they are tasty. We only have one anyway, but oh well. bone broth. Interesting. These mushrooms are rotten, so we're not going to cook them. We will instead dried mushroom. Will this make them unrotten? Well, that's interesting. I guess we're going to have to remember dried mushrooms. Stops them from rotting and makes them unrotten as well. So, righto. Anyway, we'll have some dandelion greens, but they are also tasty. And now that it's daytime, we shall proceed. Alright. Now, where are we going? We're going that way. I'm just wondering whether we should pick up... Yes, we should. So, just move the bus up forward a little bit. There, that should do. Actually, there. What we're going to do is we're going to have a look and on the pavement. There we go. We're just going to load up some of these bits and pieces of vehicle. Just in case we need some more, in case something breaks again. Okay. Do a big little U-turn and... Oh, no, no. Those are solar cells. Those are solar cells. Definitely need those. Storage batteries as well. Geez, we need all this. Don't leave it behind. Yeah, just stick it in the food co for now. Good. And what's this? Sheet metal. That's all fun. Okay, let's go. Vroom. Away we go. Do we have our telescope? Yes, we do. Good. Bear. Splot. Good food. And also we lost a blade. That bear just exploded. Why are we sad? Wet. Right. Alright. Pick up the blade. I don't think we're going to be able to do anything out of it with the gibbets, so yeah. Can we reinstall the blade again? Yes. Good. One of the great things about the blade is that it never really breaks, it just detaches itself. So it doesn't break, it breaks off. Oh, more forest here. Righto. Spider. More forest. We'll do a U-turn. Another big spider. Probably more forest up that way. I don't think we're going to be able to get through here. Oh, what's that? Beehive. Nope. Okay, we are not going anywhere near that damn thing. Alright, so it looks like this entire section is pretty much dense forest. So unless we want to go all the way south through this town, or through the city and then back up north, which is viable, we're not getting back up here anytime soon. We could try this way, but Again, we'd have to take this road, probably punch through this town, and then meet up back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head back south. I'm going to um, head back to the farm. And this was a FEMA camp with crater. Yeah, bombed that FEMA camp. Yeah, so we're going to head south and we're going to head back to the farm. See how our crops are doing for one. But yeah, it's just not practical to um, go straight east. Okay, getting there. Alright, here we go. Slow down a little bit so I don't ram into anything. Alright, we're through. Speed up. There's furniture store. Houses. Going to raid the sporting good and clothing store. Bank, house. Yeah, I would be interested in having a look at that electronics store. Bookstore here, home improvement. A pool that's going to be filled with water zombies. A police station would also be a good place to raid as well. Simply because it'll probably be equipped with a fair amount of weapons. Also zombie cops, but weapons as well. Gardening supply. This is probably going to have seeds and farming equipment, so that might be worth it as well. We'll have a look at another time. We need to get back to our farm first. So there's the road. Let's get back on it. Two zombies. Wish. Righto. More zombies. Hmm. Interesting. Must have come out of the mansion. Maybe I didn't squish them or butcher them all properly. Anyway, we'll just speed along and get back to the farm quickly as we can. Not going to take any detours at the moment. Farm is just up ahead. Good. All right. And we are back. And looks like we have some crops. Excellent. Let's go have a look at them, shall we? We got some cabbage and blackberry, onion. They haven't, they're not really growing that fast just yet. It does take them a while, at least a few days, but should grow soon enough. Rotten pumpkin. Oh, there's that bear again. I'm also trying to consider what we're going to do with this damn tractor, because, I mean, it's got some good stuff in it. I don't want to waste the whole thing. Like it's got the seed drill and stuff like that. I think I might make like a mini tractor. Um, You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna make a mini tractor. Not right now, though. Not right now. Another option that I've been considering is to take the large electric motor that's down in that tractor at the moment and install it into the bus and mount it um, as a hybrid. So we'll see. Okay. Okay. So turret is active. Enable turrets. I'm just giving the turret a bit of a test drive. Pew! Nice! Okay. A 33%. Aim turrets manually. Boom. 33%. Doesn't need to drain it too much. I think we can work on that. 1 BMM. I'm gonna have to figure out what those mean. B. Capital M. Um, doesn't matter. I'll figure it out later. There is one other thing that I need to do real quick, and that is assume read. And that is there's a specific book, Medieval Warrior. Here it is. There we go. Okay. So what that's done is that has actually enabled the style of medieval warfare. Once I remember again how to how do you change it again? Unarmed is underscore F. Okay. Because the quarterstaff can't do it. Yeah, should be able to. With grappling as well as defensive and offensive techniques, plus familiarity with the weapons and small arms. Okay. So if we drop the quarterstaff, that activates it. Okay, I guess we just can't use it with a quarterstaff. That means it's about time that we upgrade our weapons. So we decide now. What we decided? I decided. Was it the broadsword? No, it was a longsword, I think. So the longsword works with medieval, as does the arming sword. The broadsword, no, it was a broadsword because we can make a firebrand out of it, but that only worked with fencing, not with medieval. That's weird. The longsword works with medieval though. 38 and 10, 31 and 14. 1 plus 1. Guess it's gonna have to be the arming sword then. Damn. Oh well. Um, Before that though, firebrand. No, firebrand is still fencing. Okay. Arming sword it is. Let's make one now and then. We use a nearby lump of steel and our forge. It's going to take a while, few hours. Keep working. Done! We now have an arming sword. Da, 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 da. All right. Let's eat something. All right. Quick bit of food. There is cooked meat. Here we go. Better make 4. Nom 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 nom. And we will dehydrate the rest. Okay. Whew. We will make. No, just very quickly. Quarterstaff is 12 volume, 8 volume. So the sword is actually a lot better. Do we have the back holster anymore? No. No, I guess we don't. Um, that's fine. All right. We will now sleep. There we go. We will eat our other cooked meat and the drink. Okay, it's dark. So, what I want to do next is I also want to make a shield because, sword and shield, of course. I'm probably going to make a buckler, I think. In armor. Oh yeah, it's in armor. Okay, so with a buckler, it's got 27 bash and cut armor, encumbrance of 8. It's got technique of parry. Um, it's only got 30% coverage though. So with coverage, right, what happens is when an attack is made against you, I'll go into here. So let's say somebody takes a swing at a torso, okay? First of all, it'll be checked against a crossbow, okay? How much coverage does it do? 0. Okay, so with 0% coverage, there is a 0% chance that it will block an attack, which means that this protection is meaningless. So next, it'll move to the fanny pack. Okay, fanny pack has a 10% coverage, so it'll have a 10% chance to block an attack. If it does, then it'll use its bash and cut protection value or whatever it is, and then it will soak some of that damage. Large quiver has only a 15%. Firefighter belt has 0, so it's not going to block any damage. The sleeveless trench coat, now this has a 90% coverage, right? This means that there is only a 10% chance that an attack will bypass the trench coat. So in other words, if it hits us in the head or the hand or whatever. Messenger bag has a 30 and long sleeve shirt has a 90. So this means that on our torso, it is entirely possible for an attack to hit us and completely bypass our armor. So that is a potential problem. So if we go back to armor then, so our buckler only has a coverage of 30, which means there's only a 30% chance that it will actually block damage. Granted, it's only to the arm or the hand, but still, if it does block damage, then we're golden. Parry, on the other hand, however, is a very useful ability because it will completely block an attack outright. I believe. I'm not sure how it differs from block. I'll have to look that up. If we have a oh, sorry, not block, shield. If we go down though, we have a, where is the other shield? Kite. Okay, so a kite shield has a 60% coverage and a 14 bash and 9 cut protection. So a little bit less protection, but much better high chance to actually stop the attack against arm or hand. And it has a technique of shield. So maybe not, maybe not. What about okay, we've got a few of them actually. So we've got kite shield, heater shield, encumbrance of 12, 40% block. It's got a technique of block, and block means that it'll basically ignore this coverage and force itself to block the attack. Round shield, 45, so a bit more coverage, bit more encumbrance, but a little bit better protection, and of course it can still block. A large wooden shield. That one's got 70%, so that one actually seems to be better coverage than the kite shield. So kite shield is 60, large is 70. Bit more encumbrance and not as high protection either. But it does have the shield ability, which I'm not too sure what it does yet. So I think at the moment we will build the buckler because we don't have the wood at the moment. So 6 hours and 40. Let's make ourselves a buckler. Done. Okay. So we will wield the arming sword, and we will put on our buckler. No, not wield. Wear. Okay. So now, if we, we'll need to swap sides on that. Change side. Left. Good. So now, if we go to our left hand, we'll see that we have a 30 coverage, 27 cut and bash protection. And we can see that our left arm has 11 encumbrance, and our left hand has 10 encumbrance. If we can reduce that encumbrance back down to 0 by getting rid of that +2. So this is strapped to us, as is the wristwatch. So I'm thinking that if we move the wristwatch to the sorry, excuse me, right hand. There we go. Okay. So our left hand is now no longer encumbered, but our left arm is. And why is that? Okay, so we've got the shirt. The shirt is standard. These two, however, are both strapped. So the buckler provides 8 encumbrance, the elbow pads provide less. But because they are both strapped to the same location, that's where we're getting that +2. We're also getting 1 encumbrance from the shirt. So if we get rid of the shirt, that will get rid of 1 point of encumbrance. It'll be 8 and 2, but it'll still be 10. So if we get rid of the elbow pads, which only provide 30 coverage anyway, we can open up some of that encumbrance off the arm. So that being said, however, we would lose the elbow pad off the other arm. That means less armor for that arm. At the moment, our right arm is almost completely unprotected. The elbow pads are the only thing that are actually doing any kind of protection. The long sleeve shirt, we could potentially get a piece of leather armor. Plate armor. Plate armor is only 10. Oh, okay. Interesting. Um, but if we go to arms, so elbow pads are strapped. Okay, so elbow pads are strapped. Um, bone arm guards, however, are on the normal layer. So if we use something that's not strapped, like say, um, no, these are all. Here we go. Leather arm guards. Okay, leather arm guards. They're on the normal layer, so they have 90% coverage, but they have 16 encumbrance, which is really problematic. Leather vambraces have 8, which me and it's strapped, which is just horrible. Metal arm guards, they're pretty good, but their encumbrance is also high as well. And bone arm guards, we could wear it without the strapping penalty, but the encumbrance is 22, which is a lot worse. Um, we might just have to suck it up and go with it. At the moment, it's a penalty of 10, or 1, so it's not terrible. It's not terrible. I think we'll be fine with this. Okay. That is fine. So we now have an arming sword and a buckler as our primary weapons, and that should make us markedly more effective against zombies. So that's going to be the end of that episode. So I'll go ahead and put a break, get a bit of food down us, maybe have a it's day, so maybe not. But yeah, we'll put a break in the episode and we'll come back in the next one. In the meantime, like and subscribe down below, and see you then.